It was unusual because it took place within easy reach of dozens of international journalists who were able to chart the gulf between military claims of a precision strike on an IS operative and the reality of the civilians killed. Until now, the intensity of the war and Taliban hostility to journalists, whom the group have routinely killed and kidnapped, made it hard to visit most places hit by US or Afghan military airstrikes. Claims of civilian deaths were bolstered by photos or phone calls. And Musa Qala the Guardian finally was able to visit the site of a massacre 2 years ago in the village of Shawahroz, which like other news organizations our reporters covered at the time, but only through phone calls and second-hand accounts. The twisted metal remains of a tray are skewered into a tree by a field, a stark reminder of a wedding party underway there when the airstrikes hit, locals say. Haji Nader knew nothing of the bombing until he arrived at the site of the wedding in a procession of cars with his son, Mohibullah, the groom, and future daughter-in-law. A day that should have been filled with celebration turned to ashes as they bumped up the dusty village path. The tents for guests, set up in a field, were reduced to a bloodied mess. And in the crushed ruins of their family home nearby lay the bodies of another son, 4 granddaughters, a grandson, a great-niece and nephew, his son's sister-in-law and a cousin's wife. "We got here happy for the wedding ceremony, and it was just rubble," says the 85-year-old. "Then after everything was demolished, there was fighting for hours. I don't know who was firing." On 23 September 2019, the US claimed it had made precision strikes against al-Qaida terrorists in the area after they opened fire on American and Afghan forces. It also claimed most died from al-Qaida weapons or suicide vest explosions. Unlike in the Kabul strike, there is no video footage of the victims' last hours to provide proof of violence wrongly deployed. But it is hard to believe the ancient, broken man is lying about his losses as he slips in and out of memories and verges on the brink of tears in the shade of a tree that once sheltered his family courtyard. "I want justice," said Haji Nader. "This cruelty has been inflicted on us, and what happened to the people who did this? Will they just live out their happy lives in their own country?" Abdul Khaliq Montazir, now the Taliban police commander for the province, fought Britons and Americans for the best part of a decade and dodged their aerial strikes in the years that followed, but had spoken to someone from those countries only once before he agreed to show a Guardian journalist around Musa Qala. Fighting in Kajaki, he was detained for 24 hours until local women vouched for him as a farmer. He was called to another airstrike site the evening the wedding was hit, where 4 people were killed. He pulled body parts from the wreckage so badly damaged they all had to be buried in a mass grave and prepared to hear from new recruits. "Many times it happened after such a tragedy, people came to join the Taliban," he said. He knew the US claims of foreign fighters and dismissed them. He picked up a gun 15 years ago and followed in family footsteps. His father died years earlier fighting the Russians. He travels around town in a Toyota Corolla with no number plate, a Taliban flag on the dashboard alongside an insurance label from a Colorado car dealer that remains stuck to the windshield. He doesn't hate the West, he insists, despite his brief detention and years on the battlefield. "They did bad things to us. But we respect guests and treat them well, so you can welcome them to come here and reconstruct," he said. "If they come here as fighters, then we will fight again."